Okay, let's do Mitch Mcconnell. See what he's got going on in his ridiculous life. Stop jumping around, camera. Let me try to fix this here. Focus on this and stop. Okay. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Well, of course you can. Look at it. First card out. That botchagaloop. So, let's see. Swing low, sweet chariot. So, Mitch Mcconnell. World and House World. Maybe he's making a farewell tour. I can't even say farewell because I don't wish you one. So be neutral. We'll be neutral. Be neutral. Be neutral. That is the way we read. So we'll be neutral. Devil and House Devil. Of course it is. He had something to say. That's why he was the first card. Okay. There's another stint in the hospital too. Also, not that we need to tell you this, but keep an eye on your health. Strength is in House Justice, which means you need to try to balance some things out with your health. And then Temperance is in House Tower. You're going to have an issue coming up soon, especially when it comes to blood flow and mobility. So keep your eye on that. The Hermit, the Judgment, the Moon, the Sun, the Magician. So there is a searching into the past for manipulation. Someone's investigating this thing. There's an announcement that was given here, or some sort of memo, if you will, that someone does want to ask you about. The Magician is doing some investigation. So the Magician is in House Hierophant. So that means this is someone governmental, maybe even appointed, because the Pope is also appointed. And so there's some power within an appointment. That person, Hermit and House Magician, has some investigations that they are doing, and they have some questions for something that has your name attached with it. This is a memo or some sort of even an attachment that maybe you sent to somebody else and they attached it to an email and sent it to elsewhere. Now, you're not in any trouble, unfortunately, but you're not in, be neutral. You're not in any trouble, but at the same time, your name does come up. Because it is plotty. There's some plot happening here. Your position is very safe, though. Nobody's going to push you out of office. But there is something within your position you do need to start to think about. It has something to do with thy health. Fool is in House Star. Star is in House Judgment. Judgment is in House High Priestess. There's something wrong with you, and you're not telling anyone, because High Priestess is in House Moon. Moon is in House Empress. Empress governs the body. Strength governs good health. And so all these things are telling you you need to worry about your health more so than your position. Tower, the Empress, the Lovers, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hangman. There is some destruction, some upheaval of relationships, especially when it comes to a woman here. This is going to be your wife. There's something going on between the three of you. Maybe that was Freudian slip. I didn't actually mean to say three. Between the two of you. Lord Jesus. Okay. There's something going on between the two. I almost said three again. Between the two of you. I can't even talk now. Anywho, there's something going on between the two of you that is leaving some room for innuendos and ambiguities and assumptions and things like that. There's talk around the country club. And so here with the Tower, the Empress, the Lovers, there's some upheaval of your relationship. It comes to a pause here. This is a changing of the season, so we're talking somewhere within the winter time, since we're already going into the fall. So around the winter time, there may be a pause because you may be sentimental for the holidays, but I almost said the 3 again. What is going on with the 3? Anyway, if I say 3, you know I mean 2. Maybe I don't mean 2, but with the 3 of God, I said it again. With the 3 of you, there is something going on here to where the 3 of you are going to have to come to some sort of agreement and compromise that maybe we're just going to be each other's beards until one of you die or something like that. So there's an agreement that needs to be reached. Wheel of Fortune is in House Hermit, so this has something to do with the winter time, but at the same time, this is exploratory. We're going to see what happens. And so there's still a whole lot of developments that can happen there, because the Hermit is introspection. So this is going within to try to find an answer. So this is a lot of, what do I do next? What does my life look like next? Such and such and such next type of thing. And so a lot of planning for the future, a lot of thinking and talking, but the Hangman is in House Wheel of Fortune. So this in particular instance, even though it is initial upheaval, all of the pieces are still in the air. Everything has not fallen down yet, so we're not quite sure where that's going to go. Lord, let's move on from that, please. The Strength, the Death, the Justice, the Chariot, the Devil. Death is in House Hangman, too. Justice is in House Death. He's trying to stop a bill that has a lot of support, at least on the outside. He's standing in the way of something, or he's standing in the way of an appointment of a justice. Not a justice, but of, or it could be justices too, but someone who is to be in a position. This is also an appointment. An appointed person. He's holding it up. Or he is behind the holding up of something like that. Devil and House Devil. This has nothing to do with politics. This is all disgusting behavior. The devil don't lie. He's there for a reason. So there's that. The Temperance, the Fool, the High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Star. Two cards that tell you to focus on yourself and your healing. There's also a compromise that you need to make. You're holding a lot of secrets. You know what a whole lot of people did last summer. Holding a lot of secrets. High Priestess is in House Moon. Moon is treachery. High Priestess is secret. High Priestess is secret because you don't know it, not because you can't know it. She's not hiding it from you. She sacrificed in order to get the Persephone, or Persephone in English. She went and got the secrets from the underworld, and now she knows all of this knowledge, so she sacrificed to get it. It's not because she's hiding it from you. She did what she needed to do to get it. If you want the answer from her, then come up with the right toll. Come up with the right question, or come up with the right compromise. Come up with something, because you're not going to leave me empty-handed after all I did to get it. This tries to hide whatever from you. This is breaking the lamp and sweeping the pieces under the rug type thing. You're still going to know it's there by the crunch, crunch, and the glass. And so this is just secret because you don't know it. This is secret because they're hiding it from you. And you got both. So the High Priestess in House Moon means that there are secrets and they are being withheld on purpose. And you can't just know it by simply asking. You're going to have to force it. Because the only way you get the moonlight to subside is with sunlight, the turning of the earth type thing. So it's going to take an act of Congress. It's going to take a literal earth moving event to break this out of this person, or aka subpoena. But he knows a lot. That's just on the side. He knows a lot, especially around the government and the fool, because that's his business. Be neutral. So we have the Hermit, the Tower, the Strength, and the Temperance. There may be a... So take care of yourself here. This is in House Lovers, so if it's not you, it's her. But one of you may require a feeding tube or a breathing tube. I'm going to say feeding, but because this is something about this says straw, like there's a straw in your mouth or a tube in your mouth. There's something in your mouth that is supposed to sustain or keep you alive. So just be wary of that. Follow doctor's orders or whatever the case may be. Judgment, the Empress, the Death, the Fool. I wonder if his mother has visited him. Because in the majors, this would be mother and child or father and child. The innocent soul and the parents. Because on the Fool's Journey, the first 9 cards are him getting to know himself and his family and his community. Because you have the Fool and the Magician, High Priestess, as getting to know himself, and you have the Empress and the Emperor, that's his parents, and you have the Hierophant, those are his community, his clergymen, his teachers, his that type of thing, or even grandparents. Then the Lovers are more of his community and the people of like mind, or even his potential mates and spouses, or his or hers, I should say. And so, and the Chariot is reaching across the aisle, learning to communicate with people you don't necessarily agree with. And then the 9 is getting to know yourself. So you met yourself at the High Priestess and the Magician. Now you learn how to take all of that community and go into the next phase of life. So here I wonder if his mother has visited him. For all of the mediums or medium students out there, I wonder what you would get there. Or the pendulum users. See what your pendulums say. Let me know. The Moon, the Lovers, the Justice, the High Priestess. He's got a lot of secrets. He's keeping a lot of secrets. He's going to take them to his grave, of course. But he could help break open a lot of cases, and we know that's not going to happen, so moving on. The Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Hierophant. There is some money coming into you because of your position. It has something to do with construction or infrastructure, or not infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure, but like roads and bridges. So maybe it's more Russian money coming into you for that type of thing. The Magician, the Hangman, the Devil, and the Star. There's also some manipulation of narcotics too, so we know what that is too. You and old girl poisoning the world and being okay with it. You know what, I'm done. The end.